All right, welcome back to our rib case project here, if you will. We're showing the truly fantastic gear set from my good friends over at MED in the UK. So a couple of days have elapsed here that I've spent setting up this linkage. And you're going, what's this thing? What I did here is I took a piece of 5/16 stock. Let's sneak up on the end of it here, and I just ground the end on a bench grinder to look just about exactly like one of these, which are the little bullets that reside down in these holes, and put a little bit of a load on these grooves we're showing. You talk about ones that shift smoothly. Fingers first, second, of course back to neutral, third, fourth. That's it. And the trick in making this work wonderfully behind one of our engines is to have all these shift positions dialed in. And I showed this rod earlier that I made, and I'll show how I come up with a weight that sits on my shaft there to simulate some spring pressure. And you can see each detent, each time it clicks into gear, it's held there nicely, very consistent. Let me move it over to the other one. The neutral position, third, fourth, neutral position, first. Oops, again, I gotta move the weight. Now let me take one of these apart here. Let's see here. And pull the rod out, and you can see the spacers that are used to absolutely positively select the gear range. Let's take a quick look at the difference. You can see the area where that bullet for the detent is going to ride. You're only going to use this area here. That's the stock first gear position. No way will the throw go that far. Our throws are extremely short. First, neutral, second. I elected to replace both of the main shift rods. Here's the one that was in, we had trouble with this one. This one was jumping out of third gear, and you can see how this one was really chopped in there with a bench grinder from the look of it, and you can see how uneven the neutral position is. So this thing, you took your foot off the throttle and it hopped out of third gear. See, these things are just, they weigh nothing. They're made of some kind of serious aluminum, because this has been used for 2 seasons and they show no wear. Beautiful bits. Our reverse one, not so critical for setup. Reverse is going to be where reverse is, and is not really used during a race. It's going to work just fine. We actually replaced it because the problem with the old box, we showed the case there, it had actually had the ball seize as it tried to jam into 2 gears at once and blew out part of the case. Before I put them in here for the last time, just wanted to have a quick look at these, maybe for future reference. A lot of testing, a lot of verification in and out of the gearbox, with very carefully adjusting the lengths of these limit tubes, setting up the linkage such that it's crisp, short, precise, and has good detent springs to hold all of the various positions. But you can see the amount of detail here. A couple of days worth of work and back and forth and dialing it in for the absolute best, both feel and full-on engagement of each gear. We're not settling for any uneven throws here where the depth of these doesn't fully engage the gear. At the same time, you don't want to over-engage. You over-engage and you put load on these sliders in here against the face of the gear, you will do quick damage and throw a lot of debris into the oil. So this is absolutely optimized, in our view, for the best shifting and the most positive gear engagement possible.